Hello, YouTube. Um, Today I thought I'd talk about something not as lighthearted as I have. Um, well, I was thinking about talking about the reasons why I've been to, and one of them is a pretty big reason, and I literally did almost die. Like I was this close to coming to it. Um, but I wanted to talk about the psych ward or whatever you want to call it. And this is a video also if people are ever going there, which I know a lot of times it's very like you before you even know it, like either you're in the hospital because you tried to do something, or you just go there. But sometimes there is like you have enough time, like you have a day or two, but usually not. But this is a video, or if you have friends who are, this is a video to help you understand. So I've been to a mental hospital about 3 different times. And I know when I've told this story, or when you say psych ward, when you say mental hospital, or whatever, a lot of people picture something like I'm I'm smiling, but I'm trying to be serious about this. But this is the truth: is people they picture like an Arkham Asylum, or like something out of Halloween, the Halloween movies where Michael lives, or the end of Terrifier 3 or 2. I haven't seen 3, but 2 when she's in the mental hospital, especially for teenagers. They even for teenagers, you picture that straight jackets and people pacing and like rocking back and forth. And there are people with severe problems who go there, but the one I went to, it was not like that. So I was very scared the very first time. I was very worried that it was going to be like that. That I was going to pull up and it was going to be some big old castle looking mansion thing and I was going to be locked there. But it's not as bad. Some basic things to know about the layout. So I walked in, they take you through all these halls. All the doors have key cards for good reason because you're there. And some people need to be there. To be fair, some people need to be there, and there are some people who don't need to be there. And I'm not saying that, oh, you don't need to be there, because I don't know who's watching this. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know half the things. Oh, by the way, I know I'm talking about this, and so some people think I might hurt myself right there. That's a burn mark. I burned myself at work. I was putting a sandwich in the oven. Anyways, so the area I was in, there was two main areas. There was an area for the older kids, like teenagers, 16, 17, 15, around teenage years, maybe even 14. And then there was the younger kids side. And you'd be surprised how many young kids would be there and how young. Like, they were very young kids. I was very surprised. Kids younger than my brother who is 3 years younger than me. So there's like 10-year-olds there. And the side, it was mirrored. So there's this round like desk, like the round counter where the people like the nurses and all that sit behind it and all that. And there's a door dividing the both sides. And I'll give you and I'll only explain one side because it's the same on both sides. So you have your main area. Like you have your main area, right? This is like the main area. Like if you walk in the door's kind of like slanted, but if you walk in, and then you kind of turn left. This is the main area. There's a TV up there. It's behind glass and all that, like heavy glass, not like it's like shatterproof. It's very like secure, so no one can hurt themselves with it. There's there's these tables with chairs connected. You can't move the chairs out, for obvious reasons. And then there's these big, huge rubber chairs they have because they make sure that like everything is safe and you can't even hurt yourself on anything. And then so that's the main area. There's a counter with like a water thing. It's like a water dispenser, not the one with the tap. It's a very fancy thing. And there's some drawers with locks on them where they keep snacks, stuff like that. And that's on both sides. This is what it looks like on both sides. And then there's the room you go in because every day there's usually like classes. You don't really do like school stuff, but there's like I don't know about all of them, but the one I was at, like getting through school. But you know, like talking about like it's just like stuff to help you and like the basic thing you're there for. It's like the help. And then that's on like this is the main room. That's that classroom. It's on the wall, and then there's this hallway, and then there's the rooms, and the rooms have the locks on them too. From the outside, like you can't get in during the day because like you know they don't want you going in your room and doing something. They don't want you like people going in a room and you know just going to Pound Town. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be like serious about this, but I'm also trying. It's hard. It's not hard to be serious, but I try to associate it with a good time because I did have a lot of good. I'll explain to you. And yeah, all the rooms have locks, and then there's the cafeteria which they take you to, and all that. But the reason why I'm smiling a little bit is it's not as miserable. Well, every visit, like two of the visits, like all the visits helped, but two of them were very like there was people there who made it like an enjoyable experience. Like I'm not saying the third time. The third time I met someone who I'm really good friends with to this day, which you're not supposed to do, but like whatever. And they made it enjoyable because there was people there you know you could talk to. We hung out, we talked, we like made the best of the experience. Yes, we did take it seriously. It's not like we were sitting in there goofing off like oh whatever. But I don't know about other people, but I was seriously there and like trying to get help and all that. And there was a lot of times I look back on it and I was like that was pretty fun. Like yeah. And here's a layout of the room. So the room, you have most rooms, there's two beds, 2 bedrooms, and 1 bedrooms. And I think both of them have like a shelf, and the shelf is like super glued or like connected to the wall so you can't take it off. The bed is I think also connected to the wall. And I don't remember all of it because it's been a while, but I do remember it. The bathroom door is actually made as a magnet. It's like a styrofoam thing, or like a plush material like that. So you know you can't like hurt yourself on it or you can take it off. Even like some people because the beds are kind of uncomfy. Some people would take it off and they would sleep on it. And then you have your shower, which doesn't have a shower head, and there are like curtain rods, but they're not like rods. They're like connected to the ceiling. So once again, you can't hurt yourself on it. What else? There was a yard, like a recess, like a playground, which had nothing you could hurt yourself on, or at least like when you were out there, like people would watch you, so you couldn't. And I'm sorry, I just thought about the food. I'll tell you about the food in a minute. And I went out there a couple times I had been there. And it was very fun. Like, went outside. But I did enjoy the food a lot. I have to say the food there was really good. And I'm not saying this is kind of glorifying it a little. I don't think I am. But I want to be aware of the fact that I am not saying that, oh yeah, you should go to the mental hospital. Mental hospital is a fucking great time. It's, whoop-de-doo. I'm not saying that. Do not do that. Because we had someone, I think it was maybe second time or third time. Some came in, they're like, oh yeah, I came here because I said I was gonna myself for attention, huh? Like, not even, seriously, saying it, just saying it for pure attention. And everyone there was embarrassed by it. Because there are people who actually need help and, genuinely, need the help they can get there. And they might not have gotten it because that person took up a spot. Because, they have limited spots. It's kind of like a hotel. They have limited, well, hotels are really big, but it's like a motel. There's limited room. You can't just, do something like that. So, But yeah, I have to say the one I went to was a very good one. I was very glad I went to a good one. There was, like I say, it was enjoyable experiences, but there also was at least two experiences I had there that were very awful. I don't really get. You're gonna probably find out, and you can maybe tell because I put a lot of screw around with a lot of Nerf guns. But I'm not. I don't get really affected by loud noises or like repetitive loud noises. You know, I like watching action movies, kind of loud. I like loud music. I like fireworks. I like the whole 9 yards. You know, so I don't really get affected by them. But there was this one time where I think we were out in the normal area, and there was this girl, and she had anger issues, and you know, and I understand to an extent because they did have like a it's not called solitary confinement. It's like a room they put you in just to calm you down. Like no one sits in there the whole day, and you can even ask to go in there if you just need a minute alone. And like I said, there's the door with the key card. Like all the doors have key card readers, so you can't really get through. And she was on the younger kid's side. And this girl was on the door, and she was pounding on the door, pounding. And it was just like, and it wasn't for like a couple times. It was like, this went on for a good 5-10 minutes. And I don't know why. I just got really anxious. And I'm like, can someone please get that to stop? And that wasn't too bad, but that was like, a little more than I guess you would mark as annoying. Like, it was like a little nerve-wracking. I don't know. I think I wasn't in a good mood that day. But the other time was we had this person there, and I'm not going to say any names because, well, like confidentiality, and I could probably get in trouble for saying a name. So we'll call this person, we won't call them anything. We'll call her Jane, like Jane Doe. Alright, Jane Doe, like John Doe. So Jane here, she was a very angry individual. And like I said, the other person was angry too. I've known people who have anger issues. I kind of have short temper. Not like, I think she might have had, but I don't have, you know, like I don't, like there's certain extents, you know, people have when it comes to anger issues. Some people hit people or yell at people. I don't hit people. I usually don't yell at people unless they are purposefully making me angry or it's something, or they are yelling at me, then I will. Some people throw things or hit things. I've done that when it has gotten very extreme. This is very bad. I'm talking about getting really angry and the different extents while wearing this shirt. So, if you understand that, yeah. But, and there had been a couple times where and I wasn't a big fan of her because she had just been disrespectful to the person who had been leading the help session, or I don't remember what we called it. And he was a very nice guy. He was very understanding. He was very cool. I liked him a lot. He was very helpful. But there was like she broke the phone, like, because they had like an not old, but like, you know, like a landline with like the cord of the landline phone, which you could use to call, you know, your parents or a friend or people you had on the list, because there was a list of names and you could call them and you'd be like, hey, so, you know, you're not like disconnected from the outside world. What's going on? I've been here for 15 years. No, I don't think anyone's been there that long, at least at that one. But like, it was making me nervous. It was making me like physically like, can someone please shut her the hell up? Because I don't know why. Maybe once again, maybe it was just a bad day for me. Maybe I'd gotten a call about school or something, and something they did, and I was just like, but like, she'd smashed a phone. Like, when we got out there, they have the fire extinguishers. They do have them, but they're locked. Like, 90% of things are locked. So, you know, you can't just grab them. And she had pulled the corner, like, this door is locked shut. She had managed to pull the corner of the door open, like the Hulk. So, like, the door is usually shut like this, but the top corner was kind of like that, right? Like, it was, like, slanted upwards. Like, she'd grabbed it and just, like, pulled it. Like, you couldn't get it out. I think she actually did get out and she threw it, and there's a bunch of stuff. But they moved her to a different place, which was good. But that really made me nervous. And I know this is, like I said, it's not all bad. It's not all good. It's very neutral. It is what you make of it. I do have to say, if you are going to a psych ward, mental hospital, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is called where you are, make the most of it. Even whether you believe you have a problem or not, whether you are going there by choice or by force. Like, I get, like, there were some people I was like, you genuinely don't need to be here. That was, like, a minor thing. I wasn't, like, being at home. I wasn't being the guy of, oh, it's grow up. No, like, it was like they had made one remark, like you have a bad day or something, like a really bad day. You're like, oh, school's so sucky, I could just, but you're not serious. Everyone's made that remark. Not everyone, but a lot of people do. There's something like that. And I was like, well, that's odd. And some people were there who I remember being there because their parents just didn't want them around the house. And I was like, that's pretty awful. But I do, yeah, like I said, if you are going there, whether or not you believe you have a problem or a mental disorder, or, I don't know, I'm using quotation marks, a problem, whether or not you believe it, I would say just try to get help. If you don't believe you have a problem, if you don't believe that you need help, I would say you're there, why not just see if you do, just see if anything there can help you. Like, make the most of it. And don't, if you are going there, and I get, like, goofing around in class, like, I like doing that a lot at school. But don't do that there too much. Because there are people there who are trying to get help. I was trying to get help, and yes, there were times where we goofed off, but I never did the thing of doing it to the point where, like, it would interfere with learning. Like, if we had a couple minutes, or if we weren't doing anything, and, like, we were done, like, yeah, like, we would have fun. But yeah, like, there was stuff like I said, there was the class that you went to for learning about mental health. There was, like, a school thing. We usually just watch documentaries and stuff. There was, like, an arts and crafts class, which was pretty cool, because it was, like, one of the only times you got to listen to music. Because, well, some of the places I know of have, like, radios or something. And I think at that one, I don't know if they have it anymore. I think they said they got rid of it. But they had headphones with, like, a built-in radio, and you could listen to the radio. And, like, it was nice because, you got to listen to music. And music's very good. I like music. But, yeah. Basically, I did meet a lot of good people there. I did. And there is also, here's the other thing, that's inpatient. That's where you, like, live. I say live because, you don't live there. It's, like, temporary. But there's outpatient, which is basically, like, you go there instead of school. And it kind of is the same thing, but less serious. Like, like, there's still cafeteria. The food wasn't as good. I do have to say. Like, I don't know. Like, I focus on food. I feel like food plays a role in mental health. I could be just pulling out of my butt, or just how I feel. But I feel like what you eat, whether it's healthy, whether it tastes good, has a role in your mental health. But yeah, there's that. Like, most of the day was learning at, like, the outpatient one, where you don't live there, you go there instead of school. Like, they don't have buses, at least at the one I went to. It was kind of like an Uber, not really, because it was, like, certified. It would be in, like, a van or something. Like, you'd get picked up and taken there. Or you could get driven there, or if you're old enough, you could drive there. There was that. There was, like, we did have, like, and it was, like, a classroom, so it was like you were sitting in a class all day, but we did do things like, there was still, like, art stuff we did. There was still, like, reason to get up out of the chair, and, one thing would be, I don't know about all of them, but the one I went to, I think the third or second time, I think it was the second time as well, second and third time, there was it was for like addiction, and they made you pee in a cup. So be wary of that if you are going. Is they make you pee in a cup, and yes, you can't just pour water in it. Or no, you can't just pour water in it. It will dilute it. I know that because I didn't do that on purpose. It was an accident. Like, I was like, oh, shoot. And I was like, yeah. Whatever. And, like, they're not... And I'm pretty sure they I'm not saying, oh, they don't tell your parents just do drugs anyway or drink or whatever. Like, I don't think they, like, always do. Especially depending on the situation. Like, we'll tell your parents. They don't call the cops because, like, that doesn't really help you or them. And it's very helpful. So that's all I'm going to say for now, because this video is dragging on a little bit. That's all I wanted to say is, it's nothing to be scared of. You know, people need help. If you're going there, go there, get the help you need, make the best of it. Try to be nice to the other people there. Be nice to the other people there. They're going through stuff too. Even try to communicate, make friends. You know, all that. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now. Thank you guys for watching if you got to the end. Have a good night. Bye.